Sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino and Spa.
For them to find a lane to the net, it really showed after we took the penalty 4-on-6. Got a nice block from White Cloud and then one from Nabber, I believe it was, or whoever it was in front, able to kill the clock. So they do a good job. They get to the net. You know, we've seen it previous series. We saw it 2 nights ago, so or 2 nights ago. So we needed to be better there. We would have liked to be able to extend the lead again, not to get in that position, but that's hockey, right? You know, I think their goaltender did a real good job of keeping them, giving them some life, and they took it, and we were able to close it out.
Front left.
Danny Webster, Las Vegas Sun. Bruce, Chandler's line has kind of been quiet, 5-on-5 the last number of games, going back to the Dallas series tonight. Him and Mark obviously get the scoring going. Just what kind of change for them? What kind of opened up for them as far as the game went?
I don't know. I think they're just good players, and it's going to be hard to keep them down. I mean, Florida, you know, had the better of them, I think, the last game, but they finished some plays, so it wasn't like they were poor. It's just they found a way to put a few in the net. So and with Whitey and Hager too, now that group of 5 together tonight was the better group of 5, no matter who they were out there against. So I think it's just a simple matter. If they're good players, they're going to bounce back, and they did.
Right side, second row.
Nick Hodson, NHL.com. Before Game 6 against Dallas, you told the guys it's okay to dream. Just kind of wondering now, 1 game away, what do you want them thinking about?
Yeah, you know, they got to get their rest tomorrow. We'll fly back, but as I said, there's going to be a lot of people in the rear when you're 1 game away about different things. So, all right, maybe you take a day and, you know, and enjoy that or deal with that. But when we get back on the ice Monday, you know, it's time to get back to work and back to business. And our group's been very good at that, Nick, very good. They understand what's at stake. They understand tomorrow is a day off to clear your mind. And if it means discussing certain things with family members about, you know, the Stanley Cup or, you know, whatever you want to talk about, then I think that's okay. I mean, that's what we're playing for. I don't think there's any taboos with that. You can't bring that to the rink on Monday at practice or Tuesday when it's time to play. But tomorrow's a day that you can let yourself go a little bit and, you know, think about, you know, how hard it's been to get here and, you know, what's required to finish the job. I think that has to be built in as well, right? I mean, they've worked hard to get here.
Front left.
Jesse Granger at the Athletic Hypers. To continue on Chandler Stevenson scoring 2 big goals, do you ever get a feeling talking to a player before a game or leading into a game that he's going to have a start like that, or that he's going to get one after not scoring but playing well?
No, I mean, we just talk about sometimes when you haven't maybe finished, or like Carly, right? Like he got hot there for a while, and I think the penalties the other night, his line got out of rhythm, and so tried to build them in a little more tonight and get going. Not surprised he finished one. He had some looks. They've all had their looks. So Marshy's been the hottest one, right? Tonight all of a sudden he's 2 really good looks. One's over the net, one's off the bar. So maybe the you know, some of his magic, you know, transferred over to Stevie, who has had some, you know, has been in all alone a few times, and, you know, Carly around the front of the net. So no, there's no discussion there. Tell certain guys to shoot more, especially on the power play. Sometimes playing off the shot, getting a rebound doesn't have to be a perfect play, but worked out.
Front right.
François Gagnon from RDS in Montreal. Bruce, 2-part here. Did you felt that in the third period it was maybe you guys that let them come back? The play didn't seem to be as tight as it was in the first 2 periods. And at the end of the game, is there a sense on the bench that, oh no, not again? And if there's that, how do you deal with that situation?
No, I thought our third was good again. I think we started well. We had a few opportunities. I know Jack had a great chance on a stick in the slot and a good save. A couple other ones around the front of the net. I don't know if it was Howden or Stoney's line. Some low to high plays. So we were trying to extend the lead. We didn't want to lose people in the process, and what I mean by that is get stuck low when their D are so active. So we wanted to make sure we always had a high forward, which can help offense anyway. And then at the end, and they made a play, their goal to make it 3-2. You know, they were on the rush, they made a play. So you got to give them credit. Their D have been joined. I think it was Montour that led it, and we knew that. So they were trying to create some rush chances off of our offensive chances at the other end. And so you want to, you know, I know it was Barbie in front. It was a blocker, so it hit his stick. You know, we had another great opportunity in there. So it wasn't like we didn't have opportunities to extend the lead. We didn't want to sit back And then at the end, no, I wasn't thinking here we go again. I mean, we just went through it. One thing our team does well is they respond to some adversity or whatever hasn't gone well, and we found a way to keep it out of our net. And I don't know if they had any grade A's. I mean, they threw a few towards the net, but I thought we did a good job clearing them. And I think the one that maybe was close at the end, the clock had expired 6-on-4. So I thought we did a real good job, much better than we did the other night.
Take 2 more questions for Coach. Right side, 4th row.
Hi, Bruce. Dan Kingerski, Vegas Hockey Now. Especially in the first 2 periods, it seems like you guys really had your legs and were the dominant team. Can you feel that momentum or that energy before the game?
We had good energy this morning at our pregame skate. Now, we typically do. I mean, why wouldn't we, right? We're still playing. It's June. There's only 2 teams left. The guys are in a good place. We're relatively healthy. Like I said yesterday, we got away from the rink. I think helped us. And once the game was going, I think we knew it was at stake. We have an opportunity to come up here and get one game closer. One slipped away the other night. We felt it slipped away. We thought we were the better team, played better, but we didn't get the win. That happened. So let's get out and be even better. And that's what we were. I thought, we were really good in the second period and had plenty of chances to, extend the lead even more. But credit to Bobrovsky, made some saves. We were off net with a few or hit a crossbar, and they hung around. So did I feel the energy this morning? I can't say I did. I'd be lying to you, but I know my team now that I know that today was a day I thought we would be very good. I didn't know how Florida would be, but I thought we'd be very good, and we were.
Last question, front right.
Bruce, Mike Zeisberger, NHL.com. Just to Frankie's point, how long did that last 17 seconds feel to you? Did it feel like 17 minutes?
Mike, no fun when the puck went over the glass. That's a tough one for Petro. He's just trying to do the right thing and get it around and clear it hard. And we've had that happen to us a couple times this year, late in games. And I think one was Chicago. Remember, we end up, they tie it up and then they win the game. I think in a shootout or overtime. So. And maybe even another time. So unfortunately, I'm sure Petro felt bad as well. But our guys came through. Carly and Nick do a good job. They kill penalties for us, on a regular basis. Johnny had a good game plan, 4-on-6. And we're lucky, I think, that it was only 17 seconds. I'd say lucky, fortunate, I guess a better word, that we didn't have to do it for a full 2 minutes. And there you have it.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Chandler Stevenson and Mark Stone will be here shortly. A reminder to direct your question to Chandler or Mark. Please raise your hand, wait for the microphone, and state your name and affiliation before asking your question. Thank you.
These chords.
From the Vegas Golden Knights, we have Mark Stone and Chandler Stevenson. Please raise your hand and wait for the mic if you have a question for the guys.
Right.
We'll start front left.
Danny Webster, Las Vegas Sun. Chandler, your line has been doing a lot of good things for the last couple of rounds. Obviously, the only thing was not getting on the score sheet tonight. You and Mark obviously got things rolling. Just what worked tonight at 5-on-5 for your line?
I think we just didn't want to lose. We wanted to push as hard as best we could, try to take their fans out of it. I thought we did a lot of good things last game and just wanted to continue that tonight and just try to have a killer instinct.
Front left.
Ben Goetz, Las Vegas Regional. Mark, I guess building up that killer instinct, you guys are in the same exact scenario at the end of the game, the 6-on-5. What did you like better about your execution there?
I don't know. Smitty, Carly, and Royce took the chunk of it up front there for us. We had a couple of huge shot blocks. As you saw, we broke a couple sticks making them, but guys just sold out. We got a big save from Hiller at the end. But guys sold out to get it done. We did a great job at making sure we held the line pretty well. We chipped pucks out when we needed to. We got clears and kept it to the outside, really compact the net front, and like I said, did a good job at making sure nothing really got around the net, instead of not like last game.
Left side, second row.
Steve Barno, Associated Press. Chandler, you've been in this position before, but obviously it wasn't easy and the job's not done. But what's it like for you guys to know you're one win away from the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, I mean, it's different. It's a different game than the other ones. There's a lot more motion, a lot more everything. Everybody knows, what's going to be there. So, I think just try to play. That's kind of the biggest thing. There's a lot of emotion, a lot of everything. I think being at home too, the fans, everybody's going to be into it. Emotion's going to be high, adrenaline, everything. So I think the biggest thing is, just composed and just shift by shift. I mean, it's all the cliches, but I feel confident. I mean, there's a lot of guys that have been in this position before, and I think that's something that has benefited us. And I think everybody's going to be ready, and it's one win away from a lot of dreams for a lot of guys.
Left side, second row.
Hi, Ian McIntyre from Sportsnet. And Chandler, sorry to drop potentially a heavy question on you in this forum, but you had a brother who had to quit playing hockey due to concussions before he had a chance to build a pro career like you have. Here you are with a chance to win a second Stanley Cup. Has that shaped your journey at all? Do you feel responsibility, or just what effect, if any, did it have on you?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that he's still dealing with. It's 12 years removed from making one of the biggest decisions of his life, and he wanted to be a hockey player more than anybody. Doing what he loves now, it's obviously something that is tough, but at the same time, it's pretty special for him to see me win the first one and hopefully a second one here.
Right side, second row.
Chandler, Tom Gallitti, NHL.com. Just what does it mean to you to be able to contribute two goals in a Stanley Cup Final game to get your team one win for the Stanley Cup? I know it's probably about the team, but just to have those kind of contributions in a game like this.
Yeah, it's a pretty special feeling to score in the Stanley Cup Final. It's it was a great play by Whitey on the first one, and great play by Stoney on the second one. So it's obviously something that we wanted to just come in here and obviously win two, but get a split was the next best thing. So I think enjoy this one right now, and get ready for Game 5.
We'll take a few more questions on the left side, front row.
Jesse Granger at The Athletic. Sorry, this is for Chandler also. Can you just take us through your first goal? Maybe did you see the 5-hole open? Did you kind of open him up with the deke? Just kind of take us through that.
There was a quick kind of break before, and then puck came out. had a kind of a quick look, saw one of their guys change, and it was a good play by Whitey to hold on to it. And I thought maybe just, kind of the quick transition might have, got something. I tried to just kind of make a quick play, not overthink it, and just went in. I guess didn't really try to think too much about it. Just tried to get it off quick.
Back right.
Hi, Mark. Corey Hirsch, NHL International. Your line got on the score sheet tonight, but another guy who had been off the score sheet, William Karlsson. Can you talk a little bit about him, what he brings to your team, and how nice it was to see him get one tonight, and what turned out to be the game-winning goal?
Well, William brings a lot of different aspects to the game, right? Wins faceoffs, kills penalties, plays on the power play, scores goals, defends goals. You see him out there in a lot of different situations. He's scored some big goals for us along the way. He's a little under the weather these last couple of days, so I think he's feeling himself tonight, and he was really flying. That whole line played a great game. You saw them, kind of hold down the fort for the majority of the last 2 minutes. But yeah, it's always nice to get some points and goals. So for him to get that goal, it's 2-0. We get to 3. They get a lucky one, and they have their push in the third. So it ended up being a huge goal for us. But he brings a lot of different things. I think I've said in the past. For him, if I was coaching the team, I'd want him out there for every D-zone face-off too. So I think he kind of gets in that, little rhythm of taking a ton of D-zone face-offs. But he's a hell of an offensive player too. He's scored 43 goals in this league, and he's gotten a lot of clutch goals for us along the way.
Take one more question, front right.
François Gagnon from RDS in Montreal. This one for you, Mark. 3-1 in the finals. We know everything's at stakes. As the captain of this team, what will be your role in the next 72 hours?
It's a good question. I don't think I'm going to change really much. We've gotten here with a lot of guys buying in and leading the way. I missed the last half of the season, and the team got almost better and played incredible hockey down the stretch. We got guys, plenty of guys who have been in this situation before with a chance to close out a series. Just rely on a lot of past experiences and a lot of guys who have done it before. So I don't think any of us really want to change anything. We understand the magnitude of the the process, but we're going to go home and take the game, as if it's a one game for us. So we ain't changing anything. We'll make minor adjustments to our game, I'm sure, but we want to continue to play our style, our brand of hockey, and be ready to go on Tuesday night.
Thank you for your time, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
You've been watching breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.